Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Akahakwadash, double honors to elder apostles, a great millstone, who do rule well. Peace, love, and blessings to the brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make a call and election sure. And blessings to the very few sisters out there listening, learning, believing. I'm thy fellow Abe Kanakla, coming at you once again with another lesson. Lord's will through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai's lessons edifying, also exhorting. And also, Lord willing, I'm getting some audio on this recording, man. All right. But nonetheless, prophecy watch, watch as well as pray. As you can see here, Jason A. By the way, fair use, fair use. I'm not making money off of this content, off of this content, off of this video. All right, fair use in regards in terms of, commentary, okay, criticism, or educational purposes under the Fair Use Act. All right. And again, watching when the COVID and by the way, this is not medical news, medical information. All right. I am not a medical professionalist, and I have a license, to speak concerning these matters. All right, anything of that nature. All right. But COVID kicked off around about this time, January. I was doing the Google searches earlier. Okay, let's see, what did I search in? Salakia. Salakia, bear with me. I typed in, when did COVID lockdown start in America? All right, it was March 15, 2020. All right, so we're in beginning of February. So let's see if this month they really start pushing this I guess advertising. All right, advertising this situation. Okay, because it's the same timeline. Okay, so, and 6 years ago, next month will be when the shutdowns were ordered. Okay, so let's see how this thing is promoted. This month to February. Let's see if it gains any traction, because what's going to be different from this time is we have this situation on the streets right now, the ICE. And as you can see from this title 8 hours ago, Minnesota citizens detained by ICE are left rattled even weeks later. So citizens detained out there protesting, went on and so forth. All right. How ICE raids changed a once bustling Chicago neighborhood. Okay, so you can see that basically this, organization was really put on the streets to police everyone. All right. The whole migrant thing, whatever the case may be, as we say, that was just a Trojan horse. All right. These people were put on the streets, all right, for everyone. Okay, because this is a part of the NWO. Okay, police state. It says opinion, New York Times right here. There you go, opinion. All right, which is a valid opinion. ICE is a secret police Americans didn't ask for. Absolutely. So these are gonna, this open the door for the police state, man. Okay. And with this thing getting ready to pop off, all right, shoot, you already have these agents in position to enforce it, to enforce the lockdowns this time, or whatever outcome, they plan on, which we know is all leading up to the mark of the beast. But nonetheless, let's get into this video real quick.
In India has much of the world on high alert with fears of another pandemic. Travellers are being stopped and screened for Nipah virus at all major Asian airports, including Bali. The global response to the outbreak eerily similar to scenes during COVID.
Another issue on the agenda is a panel dedicated to the so-called disease X, a hypothetical pathogen that may cause new pandemic many times more deadly than COVID. What do you expect to come out of those talks?
Today, the World Economic Forum actually has a whole session on this about disease X. And what people are really worried about, and by the way, none of these sessions have anything on it about improved biolab safety. What people are worried about is creation of all these pathogens in these labs and then having another security breach, and then we're off to getting the world sick again.
Health officials in India have confirmed cases.
We're off to get the world sick again. And Bill Gates spoke of a the one that's going to get everybody's attention. That's going to be worse. All right. So this is where we at with it. Okay. So let's get into these precepts. It's St. Matthew's 24:42. It says, "Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would have not suffered his house to be broken up." All right. "Therefore be ye ready, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give him meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing." All right. So the point is, watch. So we watching. So it's going to be, this month of February is going to be very interesting to see. All right. If this thing spreads, so to say, if it starts making the mainstream media news, and again, they start selling it. Okay. Definitely, it's ripe. It's ripe for people to start. It's right for people to start feeling sick because of this weather. This weather is serious, man. We down here, down South Florida. All right. Around about Central Florida, man, it felt like, I never been to Chicago, but just to, how I heard how Chicago is a different codes that wind, we had a nasty wind blowing, cold, man. And, I haven't felt it that cold down here in years, man. Years. All right. So don't be surprised if people start, not feeling so well. All right. And they start labeling it as this thing you call here. Okay. So, this is a quick update. I'm going to leave it there. Lord willing, is that fine? We're going to keep praying, and hoping, that the Lord, makes an end to this thing quick. And you got, all the wars and rumors of wars popping off. Like we said, these next things going to happen is going to be a poly crisis. You're going to have all sorts of things going on all at once. And here it is, more fuel to the fire, so to say. So with that, Lord willing, is edifying, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashir Shai, double Arn Apostle, great millstone, and peace and love to the elect. So